back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a classy but sassy Halloween nail look, and I'm going to be testing out this builder base gel along with using just honestly some random things that I had lying around, and saw something on YouTube. I'll leave the link for her video in the description box below, but I saw something on YouTube about pretty much making your own polygel, and I wanted to try it out. So I already put on my tips. I'm using the Nailed by John tips, the Easy Stilettos, or the Easy Coffin, and this I've done this. I've unboxed this before. I can't talk. I've unboxed this before, and this is that viral nail clipper thing, and the last time I tried to use it, my nails definitely were not the length that could be clipped with it and could not fit. So here I'm just going to actually use it today, and I just showed the numbers 1 through 6 on how long the clipper will cut it for you, and it's really good for people who do shorter nails. I do not. So yeah, it was just easier for me to show you what it actually does. It does come with this little catcher thing, but you'll see it pop off in just a second, and it's just like, yeah, everything just came out the bottom, so it was just easier for me to just not use it, the catcher. So I'm just measuring my nails up and making sure that they are the same length. So with these tips, these are of course the Easy Coffin, so there's not really much filing you need to do. I actually don't file until the very end, and the only filing I will be doing is blending it. And because this is gel and I really haven't worked with, like, I don't know, I don't want to call it gel, but it's kind of polygel. You'll see when I make it, but you want to make sure that with the tips you do want to roughen them up to make sure the product does stick, and of course blend the tip into your nail. I have already done cuticle work. I did post a snippet of it on my Instagram, so make sure you follow me there to check out special stuff that I post, and make sure you follow me on all the medias since I'm at it. And yeah, I mean, there's I've done a couple videos on cuticle care. If you want me to do an updated one, let me know in the comments below. But you know, you could definitely find cuticle videos all over YouTube. So we're just gonna go ahead and finish roughing these up and blending them in. And while I'm also roughing up my nail bed as well, to make sure there is adhesion, because the way I am doing these, I kind of plan on keeping them for at least 2 weeks. At least. We'll see how long that actually lasts, but at least 2 weeks. now that I am done filing, I am just dusting off everything with my fluffy duster brush, and then I go in with a bristle brush and some alcohol and get in there really well to make sure that I get any big chunks of dust out of my nails. Again, I've not really worked with builder gels per se. I mean, I've done polygels before, but builder gels I feel like are a little different because they're the consistency. And I do kind of not struggle, but I do have a little bit of a learning curve with one. But it was fun actually. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and do some prep, which is just my dehydrator. I know this probably seems redundant going alcohol and then dehydrator right behind it, but just my prep that I've always really been doing. So dehydrator, and then I go in with Young Nails Protein Bond. So now that that's done, I'm going to go in with my SXC Gel Base Coat and cure it for 60 seconds. Now, working with polygel, I know you only need a thin layer, as well as, you know, it's with any base coat that you're going to put a color on or something. You just need a thin layer, enough to just cover it, and to make sure that there's something sticky for it to adhere to, because this stuff does like sticky surfaces. So I'm just going to put this on both my hands and cure for 60 seconds, and we'll be right back. For you guys, now that my nails are cured, what I'm going to do is what I normally do, is do one hand at a time. So I am taking some clear builder gel, I think it is, I think this one is just a clear gel, I'm not sure. And I'm going to take, it's not much left in here because I used it a lot for my press-ons to help encapsulate items in them without making them super bulky with acrylic, and so I'm just taking some glow acrylic powder that I made and my custom nut white color, and just mixing it in here. Watching the videos that I did look at while going into this method, all of them do state to put, you know, a little bit more acrylic powder, if you are using acrylic powder for this, in there to get the color correct. So doing it this way did work. Definitely using, it wasn't, like I said, wasn't a lot left in here, but this essentially turned out to be polygel. Yeah, so I have officially made my own polygel. So if you have some random gel lying around and some acrylic color, here you go. No, but really, this was a great way for me to use stuff that I had bought and never used. I think I only bought this because I needed the brush and the dab and dish, and I was on my way somewhere. So yeah, and so now all I'm going to do is just take some. Working with it this way is a little different. Not used to it coming out of a pot. In the past, I've only used the tubes from Gershon and Makartt, and I think one was Frenmol. I've done a couple of them. I'll definitely link those down below if you guys want to see those. And the tube was, you know, a little bit easier to work with. I do want to say that with the tube, I'm not squeezing. I can just scrape. I'm not, you know, turning my hands blue or white because I'm trying to squeeze some clear out. But yeah, putting it on this way, I thought it was going to be a little bit runnier than what it was, but it was actually not that difficult to work with, being that I made it myself. And the color came out exactly the way I wanted it to. It's exactly what I wanted. And the only thing I don't like about this particular method, I personally prefer a higher apex. I didn't get as high of an apex on it, but I did get some really good apexes going, and I will say it is definitely up there on some of my best work, so yay me. So this is essentially DIY polygel if you have the ingredients. I also did see that you can buy a big jar of the IBD clear gel or a big bottle of the IBD clear gel online, and I will find a link for that. I have not purchased it yet, but sometime in the coming months, maybe. So yeah, basically I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my nails. I cure for 60 seconds in between all of them, just to make sure, you know, nothing moves. Again, a lot of this stuff I really haven't worked with, but you'll see when it gets to the making my nail bed colors, when things get a little runny, but it's not difficult. So here I am making my nail bed color with Mia Secret Cover Beige, and I like this color a lot, and I like the way it came out, honestly, with the clear. I think I added like 8 scoops into this just to make sure that I had enough to make sure that there was color. And the one thing I will say is that even with the glow in the dark one, this one is a little bit thicker. The consistency was a little bit thicker. I would not keep this. I would not keep the glow in the dark one. I would definitely make a new one on the spot if this is something that you would prefer to do. It just got really gunky and super sticky, almost to a point where it was like picking up the jar and the whole jar was stuck to my finger. So it's a good method if you have to, you know, do something on the quick, or if you want to make something custom for your customer or for yourself and you like gel. But I would not save it. I would definitely make it and toss it. So from this point, I'm just going to go ahead and use the rest of this stuff up and create ombre on 2 of my nails and do another full glow nail with what I have. I do wind up making more later, and you'll see me make that, and I'll explain that process when we get there. Alright, so now that those nails are cured, I am going to go ahead and attempt to make some more using the builder gel. Now, my thoughts behind this were that the builder gel was going to be easier to work with. It didn't want to come out the bottle. So I got what I could for the most part and just kind of stopped messing with it and went and used my second option. And I actually wound up pulling out some clear polygel after I finished these, just to make sure that I had enough to finish my other hand. So yeah, so I just went ahead and took some of that, and now I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to mix it. This is not a lot of product, and doing it this way, I actually kind of not messed up the color, but the glow wasn't as bright the first time around, so I did wind up putting another layer on, and that definitely helped the glow for me, because you know, it's the glow for me. So it came out, you know, runnier than normal, which is, you know, acceptable because it is a builder gel in a bottle. It's thick enough for you to work with, but I thought it would, my expectations for it were not this. I thought it was going to be like the other stuff, but you know, you can't have everything. It definitely, as you can see, I'm kind of chasing it around. As I said, I've really only watched people do this before, and once I learned like the swing motion that I've seen a lot on Young Nails nail school, and flipping it upside down, which I've seen a lot on a lot of Russian nail channels, it definitely helped, but you do have to be very quick with that. So I just went ahead, finished it, cured it, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the nail bed color. This color I actually want to find in real life. Being able to make it is great. Just not knowing how to work with it is something different. So this one I definitely obviously put way too much on. This is not like the very first one. I don't know why I thought everything was going to be just like the very first one. It was not. So it was a little on the runnier side. I did have to bring in my swing motion to make sure that everything stayed within the actual nail and not on my finger. So I go ahead and struggle with that for a little bit on the first one, and then the other two, on my middle finger I do get better because you're supposed to do better. One thing I did notice when using this particular mixture is that it was hot, and I know that's because of the chemical reaction going on to make it hard, but I am not used to things getting hot on my finger. I'm used to acrylic, so that is something I want to point out. If you do this this way, another video I watched before trying this was Naio Nails, and she said that she goes in for 10 seconds and then comes out for 10 seconds and then goes in for 10 seconds, so that way you're not burning yourself, you're not cooking your fingernail. So yeah, that's what I go ahead and do here. And then, as you can see, it's so bright. It's so bright. I love the brightness of this green. Green is the brightest naturally occurring. That's a different lesson for a different day. So going in, I am just cleaning my utensils off and mixing. This is where I redo my index finger and just remixing some more glow powder into what I had left over, which was the absolute perfect amount to be able to do just another thin layer over my index finger to make sure the glow was as bright as I personally wanted it to. And then my thumb, I go ahead and do my thumb as well. And just, this is also an ombre, so this was fun. The ombres are actually really easy. I think that ombres with gels are a little easier after the first one, knowing that I just pull it out with my brush and not with a spatula. So that I didn't have a hard time blending the two colors either. I mean, it's supposed to glow, so you will see glow underneath your nail bed, but that's, you know, really besides the point. So I went ahead and cured that for 60 seconds, and now I'm going ahead and doing my thumb ombre. Very simple, self-explanatory process. It, again, really, once you get the hang of it, after the first nail, you got it. One thing like I said, I like to point out is that my apex isn't as high as I like it, but got to get used to doing different heights of apexes. Is that the correct way to say that? So now that that initial base layer is cured, I attempted to try and do a top coat with, or not a top coat, but a clear coat with builder base. I know you're not supposed to wipe off the tacky layer, but I needed to wipe off the tacky layer because something, some dust or something got on the nail, and I was not going to have that encapsulated in my clear layer, so that is why I did such thing. I tried doing it with like the nails I didn't feel needed any apex work, but this is it. No. So we're just gonna go ahead. I have some clear polygel. I am using I believe one is Gershon and one is Makartt, and yes, I'm using just the clear polygel, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cap off where I feel like there need to be some more apex strength, and to protect ombres for the most part. I know, watching Nuni Torres, I know she says that, you know, she doesn't like the new age of generation, the new generation of techs or self-taughts clapping a clear coat, but I do it because my apex is missing. So that's all I do here. It's polygel. I have reviewed these in the past. I will link them down in the description box below for you to go ahead and check out. But it's very, very easy to work with, and both of them, both Makartt and Gershon, are very, very easy to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, cure for 60 seconds, and then do my other hand, and I'll join you back when it's time to file. So these are the nails completely cured, all done, and we're gonna go ahead and file. This actually wound up being super easy to file. I did use, this is a extra coarse nail file. I'm sorry, I had a brain fart, from Sally Beauty, and I bought this a while ago. It's still really good, so that's why I'm just gonna go ahead and use it so I can toss it. And then off camera, I do use my my Hot Tips Beauty Tsunami bit. So to cut to the chase, we're just gonna get through all of this filing very, very quickly. It's very, very, very simple, very easy filing. There's not much filing to do because, you know, Nail by John does it for you. So now that my nails are filed, I'm going in with my big stiff bristle brush and getting off all of the big dusties off of my nail. Not so much worried about what's on my hand at the particular moment. I'll get that off at a later time. So, because I'm not painting my hands, you know, I'm painting my nails. So just going ahead and switching out my paper towel for a fresh one. I thought I was going to use my stamping plate. I do not. And so the number one trick that I've definitely learned in the past, or in these last couple of months, is to use, if you don't have super high pigmented gel polishes on you at the time, stamping gel polish. Let me tell you guys, this is a cheat code, a whole cheat code. It is super pigmented. I like it especially for the Halloween designs because it is on the thicker side. You don't need a lot. As you'll see, I don't put out a whole lot, and you only need a little bit. And for Halloween, it's great because you can make it textured, which is I like, you know, seeing textured nails. I like the fact that you can feel the design on your hand, but that's just me personally. I'm using red, black, and gold, mixing the red and the black together to create a darker blood effect, and, you know, regular red to give it that illusion of that your cuticle is actually bleeding. So that is the design I'm going for, is the blood and dripping sutures across the nail look, but, you know, classy with the gold, because if I'm gonna bleed, I'm gonna bleed gold. So that's all I really do. Doing the blood is very simple. I have a dotting tool where I mix it with, I just had an accident, and I use several different liner brushes that I have from painting. I've probably picked up them at Michael's or various places, or stuff my mom has sent me, who knows. So to start, I'm just going to start with the blood. It's very simple, like I said. You just start with a big dot and you make it attach to a drip or a line, and you just kind of let your mind flow with the way you think blood drips down your nail. This is my creativity part. This is where I like to be. This is my happy place. So I'm just gonna let you guys go ahead and enjoy the art, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. So once I'm happy with what I have, I go ahead and cure the whole thing for 60 seconds so I can go on for the next layer. So here it is cured, and I am just going in to darken the lines to make them look like actual dark sutures, dark line sutures, or dark, you know how it kind of looks gross on the outside of where somebody gets stitches. That's kind of the theme I was going for, and the actual stitches themselves. And then I go in with red to make, you know, the blood pop, and the gold to make it, you know, even better. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys finish watching the art, and I will see you at the reveal. Alright guys, and this is the final look. I think these came out super cute and perfect for the Halloween season. I love the green glow, of course. It's the creepiest color of all. Think Goosebumps. And here is an amazing picture of it against a piece of art that I painted as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.